Howdly doodly, every pony. We're doing music reviews today. It's gonna be a good ass time. It's gonna be the time, you know? Let's see. Kind of getting set up, but anyway. Hello, Gargod. I thought you weren't gonna be able to join us. But we're glad to see you anyway. Let's see. So, this weekend, I went to TTFC, which is a furry convention in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was a good-ass time, I'll tell you what. I spent the majority of my time absolutely, completely, and totally hammered out of my ass, and it was such a good time. I'll log off in about 30 minutes. I got you. It was a really, really good time. I think we can stop. But I don't know, the number of fursuiters was really awesome, man. There was like 100 of them, or at least I think it was like 150 the last I counted. Not last I counted, the last I saw of the count. And I think that includes like raptor masks and shit like that. There's lots of those going around. But yeah, it was a good time. You know, we had I finally found my room party on I want to say on Saturday. I found a room party, and it was pretty cool. And then I went to a different room party on Sunday. Hey, Soul Strings, what's up, bud? But I went to a different room party on Sunday, and it was a little more wild. I showed up, and we partied for a little bit, and then it cleared out, and there was only like 5 of us left. And then one dude got totally and completely naked. And I was doing my absolute best to just ignore it. I was sitting there like, what in the fuck is this guy doing? The whole time I'm like hammered fucking drunk. And I'm just like trying to talk to this guy about something. And then I'd look. And then I'd go back to talking. And then it was back and forth like that for, I don't know, probably around 45 minutes. I was just trying to sober up enough to where I wouldn't get like nailed for public intox walking home. Because on Saturday, my girlfriend came with me and she left early. And so when I heard that she had left, and I said, I'm like super fucking wasted. I don't know if I can drive home. And she was like, well, I already walked home. And I was like, shit, I don't know what I think I was like, I thought she was mad at me or something. So I was like, are you mad at me and all this other shit? And I was just like started doomer texting, and which was super not a good idea. And she says, okay, I'm on my way to get you. And my brain, inebriated as fuck, goes, oh my God, she's walking all the way back here to get you. And so I took the drink that somebody had mixed for me, and I just said, hey guys, I gotta go, but it was fun partying with you and whatever. And I went downstairs and I got in my car and I just started driving home, and, you know, doing one of these where you're just like, you know, trying to stay within the lines type of shit. And I get home and she's not there. And then I remembered, oh wait, I have 2 cars. So she was driving there. And she apparently passed me on the way home. And so I get out of the car, and I still have this fucking drink in my hand. And she's like, I could beat the ever-living shit out of you for this. And I was like, oh, well, okay then. I probably fucked that one up. I probably shouldn't do that. And so, yeah. So she took the drink away from me and then put me to bed. Is Soul Strings on? Are you here?
Hopefully.
That sounds good to me.
If it sounds good enough, then it's alright.
Yeah,
it's my classic robotic voice microphone.
It doesn't sound bad. It sounds normal. What's up, people?
Okay.
How is everybody doing? Hey, Prince Slayer. That's a new chatter. We haven't seen Prince Slayer in chat before.
I think we've checked one of their tracks before. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we've checked a Prince Slayer chat or a song before, but I don't think Prince Slayer's ever been in chat. So, howdy doodly.
Okay.
So we're going to try to. I've got some time set aside. I got to leave at 3 to go get my kid from school, but I think that we only have 12, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to. It says it sounds kind of ear rapey. His mic.
Probably my microphone. I mean, I can probably lower the where's the volume?
Wait. I think I have you turned up from last stream. Yeah, you're at 120%. So let me do that. I was before on your stream, my dude, not chatting. Oh, okay, I got you. So he's watched before. He just hasn't been in chat.
Okay.
So I think I got our. Yeah, I know. I think I've got our levels, and we are ready to do this thingamajig. So we are always glad to have. We are always glad to have Soul Strings in chat. Oh, I see why the links are so far away is because we have one really long song title.
You're ready to do.
Also, I will have to leave like in an hour and a half to take out the dog for a walk.
No, I got you.
I'll last for like 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20, and then I'll probably be back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave it running so you can just join back in whenever you want to.
Okay.
So, oh, that's right, screen. That's a good idea. Oh, it looks like I forgot to have that set up. Let me properties, doodly doo. There we go. We have it set up. The aspect ratio is all fucked, but that's okay. Okay. So the first song we got set up is called Goddess by, looks like Deavas, featuring 15 AI. So we're going to hear some 15 AI voices. Let's do it.
You forget that.
Oops. So our introduction is like some piano midis and a pipe organ, and it looks like that's all we've got going on so far. Hey, we got some drums coming in, cool. I should have known. Hey, Magic Pink Horse. I think I should have known that it was going to be all MIDI, considering the 15. No, I don't know. But you know, it's a pretty neat sound. I think it's actually pretty cool. The way that the pianos and the drums led us away from the pianos and the organ into the bass guitars. And the regular guitar and all that shit. I think it's pretty neat. It was a pretty neat little transition. It's a good composition so far.
I like the riff so far. Sounds promising at least.
Yeah, I like the staccato, the staccato rhythm section underlying that lead was pretty neat.
Twilight, our princess, it's time we knew the truth. On the land we ruled here, raising your inside, the secret to eternity, lies deep within the blood.
Now the sound it's pretty clearly a synthetic guitar, but I think it's a pretty neat tone for a robot guitar. I think that especially through
I thought those were real guitars. No.
Are you sure? It sounds like MIDI.
I'm not entirely sure. It sounds like it's a real guitar, but it's just chopped into like heavily quantized sound. So I'm not entirely sure, because like last time we checked their track, The Legend of the Headless Horse or something like that, I think they had real guitars on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds, whatever processing they used, if it's a real guitar, it's got a pretty, I thought it was MIDI, like a Guitar Pro type of thing.
I thought so at first too, because like the first riffs, they sounded slightly robotic because of the way they are just cut into like single notes and then quantized and then glued together with precise pauses between like the chords and such things. But like when I hear the tremolo picking in this particular part, it sounds like real guitars to me. I don't know.
Right, that's
maybe
what
I'm
I was
mistaken.
impressed
I'm
with.
not entirely sure.
Yeah, it sounded because, or maybe it's just overgated, like or something like that. Maybe that's what's
Could be.
But no, it sounds MIDI. But anyway, the tremolo picking part especially sounded really, really good. So.
As our charge will soon conclude, we pass this knowledge on to you to postpone the imminent final rest, to tribute the fun, consume the flesh, leave the pastures of earth and sky, choose the souls to sacrifice, inhale the fragrance of the incense, take in the light force, flow hence. The moon is waiting, the tide is moving on the altar, but so hell here. Spill the blood and have no fear of this royal formality. The sun is rising on your wound. This is the thing that you must do before the sheer solstice is due. Achieve your immortality. Come, my people, you must fulfill this duty. You've been reset. Come, young, Billy, burn the Millie.
I think it's an interesting artistic choice that we would have the rhythm guitar in the left speaker and the lead guitar in the right speaker. I think it's a pretty interesting choice. I'm still not convinced that it's an actual guitar, but especially because I feel like there are riffs that I'm hearing where there should be at least some kind of artifact left over from cutting out like fret noise and things like that. But it's a really solid program, whatever they're using for the sound of this guitar here.
You are not a goddess yet. Come, my people, you must fulfill this duty. You've been reset. Come, young Billy, burn the lilies. You are not a goddess yet. Now you know the secret to our eternal life. God comes not freely, but at the cost of a life. It is your right to use them this way. There is honor in this kill. After all, they are your subjects, and subject to your will.
Princess, I cannot do this. These ponies are my friends. I could not use them for my own gain. I will make sure this cycle ends.
This is the law of nature. Without us, everything will cease to be. No light or dark, no living or death. No existence in the land you call home, and would see set free. Come
Yeah, certainly not.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly not my thing. I think it is interesting. I think there's some pretty cool riffs. I think it's got a neat composition to it. You know, we had our little slow break with just the synthetics and then the pony voices and all that. But yeah, I think overall this is it's an interesting experiment, but I don't. It's not for me.
That instrumental break, like without the rhythm section, without the guitars. That was probably the only place in this song where I could clearly hear what the ponies were saying. Because like, it's hard to work with artificial vocals, artificial voices generated by AI, and it's hard to make them comprehensible, especially in a heavy mix. And it just doesn't work here like at all. It sounds like all of the princesses, Celestia, Luna, whoever. They are on sedatives. I don't know. They sound monotonous and like, this is the sound of the voice, and it goes like that for the rest of the song. Like, it sounds dead, emotionless, and I don't know, detached from everything. I don't know. It just doesn't work here.
Mm. And other than
it's the problem with artificial vocals and artificial like generated voices like in general. They even attempted to make these voices rap or something like that, because that was like really fast part where just they just kept spinning words and flows and stuff, and it was funny. But it didn't work like at all. I couldn't understand a single word.
Right.
The vocals are drowned in this mix. They maybe with some proper processing, maybe just pitching them one octave higher to make them comprehensible in the mix, or I don't know, cut some frequencies or boost some frequencies. I don't know. I can barely hear these vocals.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that with like real vocalists, even with extreme vocals, not like voice acting or something like that, it would be like night and day difference. It would just be a great track, because compositionally it is good. Like the drums are okay, the guitars sound well tolerable, but the ideas, the riffs, and the compositional structure and all that, it sounds good. It has huge potential, but like, I wish I could do it better.
Yeah.
I wish they could do it better, because with some proper execution, with some proper mixing, with better vocals instead of this AI generated bullshit, it would make a huge difference, and it could be a great track, but it isn't.
And yeah, I think that does have everything to do with the AI vocals, and also I think other than the ping-ponging delay on the vocals, the mix sounded pretty dry all the way around. So there's a lot of problems here, but you know, it's not the foundation of skill and like technical prowess is there. It's just it needs to be honed a little better, and because we've got some good stuff here, but it just seems like it's not coming together quite the way we want it to.
Yep.
So the next up we have Negative Øhio again, still at 23. Unreal. Okay.
Bears.
Bears.
They had a typo, because when they uploaded it, it says Bears instead of Bears.
Oh, I got you.
I just pointed it out, and they loved my comment. It was quite funny. Okay.
All right, a Negative Øhio song, and it's 3.5 minutes long, so this is quite a bit. Oh, no, this is going to be around, I guess, the same as what they usually do. For some reason, I was under the impression that they did short songs. But anyway, Negative Øhio, the Frankenstein Bears. Let's do it. So they're still retaining the kind of the theme of like this noisecore type of motif that they always do, but they're also strangely melodic. Like this is a massive departure, I think, from what we usually hear from Negative Ohio, and I kind of dig it. Oh, look at that, Soul Strings in chat. Yeah, honestly, I dig it. Exactly. I think it's really interesting how they've retained like this kind of chill kind of atmosphere, and it's very relaxed sound, yet it's mixed so aggressively. Like this is such a brick wall compression that is just, I mean, it's just capped off. So it's aggressed. It is compressed so aggressively, yet it still remains kind of chill. It's pretty neat. And then it seems we managed to close on a very Negative Ohio note, you know, with mostly just noise, but still kind of retaining this smooth atmosphere with the bass walk down that it was doing. Yeah, that was pretty neat. I'm gonna give that one a thumb. I liked that quite a bit. That was pretty cool.
It was very comfy.
Yeah.
It was comfy, like very depressing, atmospheric, rainy, hazy, and yet over compressed and like I don't know how to say that, but like this type of compression that makes you feel relaxed while under the pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this.
I also like noise, Magic Pink Horse. The noise, I don't know, it was kind of neat how it all fit together. I think that's pretty interesting to see a separation, or like not a separation, but like a bringing together of like noisecore type of stuff while also being kind of emotional and that kind of shit. It's pretty interesting. Noisecore is kind of idiosyncratic in that sense, in that it tends to be quite emotional, and this one, instead of like portraying an angry type of vibe, this is a very chillax vibe. This is the lo-fi noisecore to study to. That was really good. I liked that quite a bit. Okay, so that was Negative Ohio. the Frankenstein Bears or the Frankenstein Bears, however you like it. And this is going to be, Thrasher. We haven't heard Thrasher in a while, I don't think.
That's a new one from a recent compilation, I think.
Cool. Okay, so Thrasher is I don't think we've listened to a Thrasher song that wasn't good, or at least had some qualities that were worth fanboying out over.
Really interesting and surprising elements. I did not expect him to mix that stuff with that stuff. If you know what I mean. Like, you'll hear it yourself soon.
Okay. Alrighty, so let's do this. It's Containment Breach by Thrasher. Go. God, I love the very super low growling sound coming out of this bass guitar. It's fucking killer. I think it's so interesting how we had that straight industrial intro and this like industrial type of sound, and then it's transitioned into like this, well, thrash metal type of like a down tempo, like kind of thrash metal feel with like, it sounded like DJ scratching in the background. And then when we went into the verse, the hip hop drums underlying the whole track, which then transitioned into more of a metal sound, is really, really interesting, especially the transition into that really fast-paced two-step, which then obviously, you know, dropped into the down-tempo part to really induce the headbanging. It's a really solid track so far.
He does like to put a lot of text in the description of his tracks, so just scroll down and see for yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Metalcore, new metal, punk, hip hop, black metal, metal step, dubstep. That's awesome. Because it really did. It just seems to combine all of these together.
A lot of elements from different genres, from different species, like music species, if you get what I mean, and combine them all. Like,
Yeah, and really make it work. This is actually very impressive. It's even mixed well, so like no part of the mix seems to be just like really hidden behind the other parts. It's all very clear, and this is phenomenal. I like this a lot. All right, continue. So we've got those dubstep elements with the growls and the wubs in the background of this, and I love this. The false chord chugs are so good. That shit is so fucking fire. And then I think in this last verse, I was hearing horns. It sounded like we had like a brass section. It's just, I mean, it's crazy how many things we're mixing together, and it's also quite progressive. That's another thing that I'm finding very impressive about this, is because it's kind of easy to take one sort of central melody and mix a bunch of elements into it and then just cycle those elements in and out. But it's like we're having several different songs all in one, and it's just so cool. It was kind of like maybe like a trance intro to this like breakdown that was very dubstep like, and there's just not anything to not like about this. It's fucking awesome. Magic Pink Horse in chat with the $0. Thank you very much, Conrad. Anyway, he says, I haven't heard metal step this good in a while. And I mean, like, truly, I don't think that, I think the last metal step band that I heard would have to be the Browning. And I think the Browning is like 10 years old at this point. And I don't know if they're even doing anything anymore. I never hear about them anymore, but Jesus Christ, they're fucking good. That was fucking great. That was really, really good. Like, very, very good. Even the visuals were interesting. As simple as they were, it was actually just, there is, all of the elements of this song are so good. This is definitely going into the best of the best. For sure. Holy shit, that was fucking awesome. I don't know if there's much else to say about it. I think I covered everything so far. But just, yeah, it was really good. That was very, very good. That was Thrasher with Containment Breach. And the next one we've got is Wither, Decay, Deadweight. So, let's check this one out.
OMG. It's J-Doggone 2021 submission.
Oh, look at that. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Wither, Decay, Deadweight. Let's check this one out. You got puns. Look at that. I'm actually really, really impressed with the mixing on this one, because the bass guitar is coming out so clear, but the electric guitars remain really huge, and I'm very impressed by that. Man, I've got to learn how to do some shit like that. Every time I mix a track, my bass guitar will always fade into the regular guitars, and if I try to turn up the bass guitar, then the low end becomes too heavy, and that was one of the major complaints I got about Les Ponified, was that the bass was way, way, way too loud. And so, yeah, I've got to figure out what these guys are doing correctly, because this bass guitar is just shining, while not overpowering the mix, and everything is still remaining really huge. Really, really good shit right here. Oh, we heard that. Did we hear that very brief blast beat right there? I swear, you never hear vocalists like in this anymore. This really kind of high-pitched, I always called it like surfer bro extreme vocals, you know, all that. I don't really hear vocals like this anymore. It's kind of a neat little, it's almost nostalgic to hear this in a new song. Oh man, that rasp from the bass guitar slide. Oh my, that was so cool.
I could hear those frets ringing. Like, I could clearly hear the strings ringing across the frets. Like,
that was so good. I love that sound. That's one of my favorite sounds. I just wish, I have no idea how to, if there's something I need to do with compression, or if it's my EQ or something like that, in order to get that sound to come out as clear as they just did, because that was fucking sexy. It's so interesting the way they're doing the panning on the guitar, because it's almost like the left guitar is taking a lead position because it's doing a lot of chugs and a lot of things that the left guitar, or excuse me, the right guitar is not doing. So it's actually if you just focus on the guitars, it's actually a really, really interesting composition, the way that that's coming together. And I think maybe the reason why the bass guitar is coming out so clearly is that it sounds like their main riffs and all of their focus is on the upper strings, and maybe the entire low end is handled by the bass guitar. I have no idea for sure. That's just like my thought here. That bass guitar sounds good. This whole track sounded pretty good. I know that it's not really your thing, because, you know, it's extremely American, that's for sure. So
well, my main complaint would be that pretty much the whole song is based on, well, it's based on diminished chords, and it doesn't resolve into anything musically or melodically. I don't know. This stuff is just not for me. It's just endless breakdowns. Fuck the music.
Right. It was like a 3-minute long breakdown, for sure, because it was very staccato in its composition and everything. This is I will what's it called? Take a I will just say that it's good. I like it a lot. I think that this sound is really, really neat. That the composition of it just came together really, really neatly. I thought it was pretty cool. So that was Dead Weight by Wither Decay. The drums were a little bit busy. I want to mention that too, is that it sounded like there was a lot of piano notes that were played throughout, like especially with the snare drum that would lead into the 2s and 4s that were pretty cool. So the drums were doing a lot of things that were, you know, worth listening to, and I think the bass guitar had a really, really neat tone to it. But anyway, bye Gargod. I appreciate you joining me. And so yes, that was Wither Decay, Dead Weight. Now we are going to Kemagorra, Oldgrindbastards. It's an interesting song title. Oldgrindbastards. Okay. Crust grind. Oh, Buenos Aires. I think it's interesting that we are going to have, like, whenever so what's it called, whenever you have if you're playing an older genre like grindcore's been around, you know, probably since the late 90s, and so I think it's really funny that whenever you play this older genre and it sounds like
80s, I think.
Oh really?
I think grindcore is an extreme fusion genre of heavy metal and hardcore punk that originated in the mid 80s.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Because when I think of grindcore, I think that my first exposure to grindcore would probably be Anal Cunt, and Anal Cunt was like, I have no idea how long they've been around. 1988. Look at that. I'm just an idiot then. It looks like yeah. So grindcore's been around. I guess since the 80s. But I think it's funny that my whole point is that I think it's funny that whenever you make a song in an older genre that sounds like it did when it first started, we have to call it something different, because grindcore has evolved into this very highly technical, highly overproduced sound that's very similar to deathcore, but grindcore has its specific flavors. And so when it is when it kind of goes back to basics and it sounds like it used to in the 80s, we call it something different. I think that's pretty interesting.
I know when it's overproduced, overmixed, and overpolished, it's not grindcore anymore.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could see that. I would understand that.
It just loses the appeal of grindcore and the original idea behind grindcore in the first place.
To be like, to just be sheer sonic violence. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of grindcore, is to just be extremely loud, extremely aggressive, and to kind of ignore all the rules. So I would understand where you're coming from when you say that. Gargod, as his departing message, says, first bands were, let's see, this is going to be Anal Cunt, Napalm Death, Carcass, Terrorizer, by the way. Well, bye. There's a taxi waiting for me outside. Okay, bye. I have never heard of Terrorizer. I've heard of the rest of those. I'll have to check out Terrorizer. Anyway, so we're listening to Oldgrindbastards by Kemagorra. Let's go back to it. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I don't think we've ever, excuse me, I don't think we've ever, but what I mean by it is I don't think we've heard vocals like that in a while, where it's just, you have the mic straight up, just down your throat, and just yelling like that. It's wonderful. That's pretty cool. I like that gallop in the in this guitar riff. That's pretty neat. I love that I'm watching the audio level here, and it's just a brick wall. It's like completely flat. I'm sure that if we looked at the wave, it would just be filling out the entire screen, and we wouldn't actually see any waveform. It's awesome. Well, this is crust, you know, I assume. When Magic Pink Horse, he says, I still don't know what crust means. And maybe I would assume that it has something to do with this very, very overcompressed, extremely, extremely loud, and very aggressively mixed song, but still using traditional instruments and not like kind of industrial style with the synths and all that crap. That's what I thought. It sounded like two different songs, but so this is an EP. This is a 5-minute long EP. It's fucking awesome. Wait, that's good to know. Gabriel Kuhn referred to the genre as a blend of 1977 British punk, roots culture, and black metal, with the genre often taking influence from death metal, grindcore, and power violence. Power violence? I've never heard of power violence before.
Never?
No.
Really?
but I like the
Okay.
sound of it. Just the name alone is something I'm very interested in.
Well, it's also from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
it
gotcha.
was like thrashcore, grindcore, crossover punk, hardcore punk, and it's just to the power of violence. So, yeah.
I like it. Okay. So I believe we're on track 2 of this EP, and I'll just go ahead and let it play since it's only 5 minutes long. I assume track 3. The riffs aren't super crazy. I think that the composition of the EP itself might be a little bit better. Almost if the songs would run together a little bit better. Like I wouldn't have been able to tell that this was an EP. So maybe that's why they did that. I don't know. I'm just like thinking out loud right now. But I it's an interesting sound for sure. And the riffs aren't like super crazy. To me it sounds like the drums are doing all of the heavy lifting, and then the vocals are obviously extremely aggressive, just the way that they are. That is kind of rare. You rarely hear a bass guitar that actually has like a very prominent, over distorted guitar pedal running out of it. I've never heard, not never, but you rarely hear like death metal distorted bass guitar. Like it's quite rare to hear that, and it sounds good. I would sit here and say that they probably should have double tracked the lead guitars here, but at the same time, it might just lose its charm if it were to be double tracked, because it might lose the kind of raw aggression that it captures otherwise. That was a pretty interesting retard, where it just kind of, where it started with the drums slowing it down, but then the guitars let it down even slower. That's a pretty interesting. I like how they brought the they brought the blast beats back for the last 10 seconds. That was pretty sweet. And yeah, I also like the 4 on the floor slamming for the drum beat, where it's you play the bass on every note or on every 4, and then do the snare like normal, just like a dad 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 dad. That was good. So that was pretty interesting. I think it's interesting they didn't put like EP in it or whatever. But I guess you wouldn't even need to call it an EP, considering that it's only 5 minutes long. But still, interesting. That's pretty fucking cool. Old and dirty grindcore. Yeah, I like it.
Honestly, I feel like the riffs are simple for the sake of the punk approach to the composition. So like they are simple because the crust punk is simple.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's
it's
why they
good.
call it crust grind, I guess.
I would assume that it's probably a medley of like grindcore and then crust punk, it's pretty cool. I liked that quite a bit. So that was Kemagorra, maybe Kemagorra. I don't know. I would assume because they're Argentinian. But let us move along. We are doing Bienvenidos al País, which is welcome to the country in English, if anyone cares. PATRIA LETAL.
Oh no, the video broke. It's just green screen.
Oh, is it not supposed to be?
Cable.
Oh, I wonder if that's... Oh, okay, it wasn't supposed... All right. Well, that's good to know that you pointed that out, because I wouldn't have known. I would have been like, oh, green, interesting. Okay, so this has been...
It just reminds me of when my video card just glitched, or in the early 2000s or something like that, or my monitor could not support something, and I'm just watching a video and suddenly just green screen and I can't see anything, and there's just audio going on. And
yeah,
it's just nothing, and that meant that either my video card was broken or dead or just couldn't support the video, or there was something wrong with the drivers, or maybe the monitor, or maybe the cable was broken or something like that. So I don't know. Just a lot of memories,
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting also that they... Oh, wait, I forget. It's Grind War channel that... never mind. I thought this was on PATRIA LETAL's channel, so I was just like, it's interesting that they would call it Bienvenidos al País, but then say official video hardcore punk from Ecuador, Venezuela. But anyway, so this is PATRIA LETAL, Bienvenidos al País. Let's go. Man, and that sucks. Gargod's gone. He's missing out on the Enya medal. Well, of course, the music video is always a plus. But yeah, this is like, it's kind of like a hardcore punk mixed in with like the early thrash days. Like this kind of, I don't know, it's very aggressive. And I like how the vocals aren't really using any kind of technique. It's just fucking yelling. It just kind of adds to the aggression. And yeah, it's pretty freaking good. that overdriven P bass is doing a lot of work. This is just like the bass stream. Like every song we've listened to, I think, has had like a really interesting bass guitar. So this is good. I like the theme of just bass guitar appreciation day. I like the fray scream right there at the end. That was pretty cool. The PATRIA.
Credits.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked that quite a bit. What kind of? I've never seen it. I don't know why, but what is this? Is that a Jaguar? I don't know what kind of Fender this is.
I think it's Fender Jaguar. I'm pretty sure it's Fender. I mean, it looks like Fender Jaguar to me, at least.
It looks like a Jaguar to me too. I wasn't sure. And then I wonder if that bass guitar is a Fender. It's I don't know if it's a Fender Precision. Well, I assume that if this guitarist is playing a Fender Jaguar, I figure he would be playing a Fender Precision bass, because it sounds really good.
Perhaps.
I would be surprised if he was playing a Squier P bass, but yeah, it sounds pretty good, pretty good. I also think this is interesting.
The guitar tone.
Yes.
The guitar tone is just like really reminded me of Sibir.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sending you a video of them, but it's copyrighted, so we couldn't watch it on stream. But like they had a similar guitar tone that is just very prominent, dirty, and like it's overdriven and saturated, not distorted or something like that. So it sounds almost exactly like that. I also like that they presumably recorded the video while also playing the audio. So like they are playing it live in the studio, playing it together and recording it at the same time. Like you can see the microphones on the drummer and the rest of the stuff. And then I think the guitarist, he just recorded the second guitar and put it into the right channel because he's clearly playing the guitar parts for the left channel.
Right.
And they just mixed it together. So I appreciate that they recorded it live as they were just playing in a rehearsal room or a recording room or whatever. It looks cool. It looks interesting. Like, not just watch a music video when you pretend to play instruments, but where you actually play them and play together. Not just like sitting in one room, like and recording one by one. So first the drummer records everything to the metronome, then the bass player records, then the guitarist, then the vocalist just standing alone in the room and screaming into nothingness. It just hits different, you know.
Right. Yeah, it seems much more cohesive and like it seems like they're much more in tune, especially when they record it live, and this just makes it all the better. What I think is interesting is that instead of cutting a hole in the outside drum head, he's just taken the drum head completely off, and so there is no outside drum head on the bass, and I think that's pretty interesting. It's produced a pretty cool sound. It seems like kind of a small bass. This looks like an 18-inch bass drum. Like, I don't think I've ever used anything.
Maybe it's just the camera angle. I'm not sure. Like, maybe it's a camera angle, but like the drummer looks huge in comparison to the drum set. I don't know. He's like gigantic, and the drum set is so small, like tiny.
I wonder if he's really huge, or if that. No. I'll compare this to other things, because like even the snare drum, this seems like your standard 16-inch snare drum paired with this probably 18-inch, maybe 20-inch bass drum. I don't think I've ever used a bass drum that was smaller than probably 24 inches. But yeah, I like this setup a lot with the overheads and yeah, it's pretty neat. So that was PATRIA, LETAL, Bienvenidos a la País. So, or it's just all País. Okay, so we are moving on to Endless Adventure by whatever that word was. Kobaryo. I have no idea. Okay.
Kobaryo. I don't know.
Kobaryo. I'm gonna be a VTuber when I do these kind of things, right? No, I'm kidding. But
you know that I cannot see you, but I can hear you. It's like, where did that voice come from?
My bad. So
that was weird for a second. It's okay.
Alrighty, so this is Kobaryo Endless Adventure. We have to muscle our way through the ads really quick. So this seems to be some, like, I don't know. It doesn't say where. It doesn't say where it's from, but there's some weird things. I would just assume. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna mix up soon. I'm scared.
I'm just picturing Naruto running, you know.
It's gonna be speedcore, isn't it?
Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh no.
Told you.
Everybody jump now! Okay.
Indoctrinate.
Muted myself, but it would change everything if it was like right there. If it's 3, 2, 1, go, then I would have, it would have been the coolest shit ever. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get any of that. And my problem isn't that it's EDM necessarily, because I can get down with some EDM stuff. The reason why I was drawn to like dubstep and that kind of shit is that my personal tastes involve down tempo shit, and so like dubstep would have a lot of these really fast passages in up tempo, but then it would drop into something that would be really, really down tempo, like that kind of shit. And it doesn't look like this is going to do any of that. It looks like it's going to maintain a very high tempo and be extremely high energy for all 4 minutes of this. I don't know what the fuck J-core is supposed to mean, but if this is what that is...
Japan hardcore.
Oh, okay.
It's also up. It's also tagged on Bandcamp as up-tempo hardcore.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like really fast, but still hardcore.
I gotcha. See, whenever I see core, I assume it means hardcore. In that, I assume it's going to be some kind of fusion of like punk rock or something like that. And so, you got
Exactly the same. I get so disappointed. I get disappointed because you guys are talking about hardcore. Yes, I'm into EDM.
yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm just like so disappointed. Like.
Yes. No breakdowns, no guitars, no screaming. It's just gonna be
There you get it, the guitars.
Was there a guitar? I missed
For a
it.
few seconds, like before, yeah.
I'm not going back.
During the build-up, like a few seconds earlier, yeah, like that.
Okay. Oh, I heard it. It sounded like just like one riff right there.
Yes.
That right there, in and of itself, makes it a metal song, right? Mapper in chat says hardcore EDM is great. At least it's one of my favorite electric genres. I take issue with the phrase hardcore EDM. Because I just don't. I feel like hardcore has one specific, very specific definition, and hardcore is whenever you put hardcore in front of any genre, it is a fusion of hardcore punk with whatever it is. And I don't know. I don't see any punk rock elements to this and whatever. Magic Pink Horse in chat is just so based and true right there. Punk, quote, hardcore, and EDM, quote, hardcore, existing together is the stupidest naming convention. 1 trillion%. Because whenever you're talking about music, anytime I hear hardcore, I always think hardcore punk. Yep, there's more guitar. It's probably not guitar, it's probably a VST, to be honest.
Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
Did that count as a blast beat?
I just wanted to ask that in the comments.
I love it.
Exact same thing. Like, would that count? Like,
Yeah.
at this tempo? and then he just types that it's 200 BPM.
No, man.
Okay, we're just thinking alike. It's okay. No, that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
Drop that beat.
Yep, definitely not my thing for sure. The up tempo. What was it called again? Up tempo something. Fuck,
Up-tempo hardcore,
yeah, up tempo hardcore.
speedcore, J-core, gabber.
Yeah. So yeah, not my thing for sure. But that was
What if you play it at 0.25 speed? Would it sound better? Like for a few seconds, I don't know.
If it was like, yeah, because down tempo is it might be an okay song. At hang on, let me see. Let's do playback speed half. Oh, we hit it right on the build up.
Too many artifacts.
It sounds like the kind of shit at half speed. It sounds just like all the shit I was hearing at Tales and Tornadoes, the furry convention. It sounds just like that. Those DJs were not good. It was
Okay.
that was a mess. But anyway, we are on to Pinkamena Party 9.
Pinkamena Party.
I don't know why I stumbled over that word so hard. I know Pinkamena, the Pinkamena Diane Pie. I like these, what is those, G1 ponies on the background? That's pretty cool. Okay, so this is a very short song. Oh, I think it's by our own Madoka Mapper. Madoka. I said Makoda. A future where Luster Dawn discovers that Rushia is a Noisecore vocalist, shits and farts herself, and then fleds to Uzbekistan. I left my protege in generation, what is that, 9?
9.
Okay. Alrighty, so this is the song. Let's do it.
3, 2,
Holy shit, that's fucking loud.
1, go!
Jesus Christ, loud as fuck. It's still clipping on my end, despite it having it down 8.5 decibels. Wow. Jesus. I'm going to go down to 11. Okay. Because those are the blast beats right there that we would normally be playing, or whatever, that we would put a like on. Okay.
Okay.
So, if I were to think of a song, like if I were to try to come up with a track that would say, I don't know, if it were to try to get across the emotion that there was, I don't know, like a future where Luster Dawn discovers that Rushia is a Noisecore vocalist, shits and farts herself, and then flees to Uzbekistan. I think it does. I think it does fit it pretty well.
You know what? Imagine the operatic concert hall, a huge operatic concert hall with tons of reverb and like perfect acoustic for symphonic concerts, symphonic orchestral concerts. And there's just a piano standing on the stage, and you're playing a piano that is connected to 8 Marshall stacks on the stage, and there are pickups in the piano under each string, and the gain on each of those Marshall stacks is at 11, and so you're playing that piano in that operatic concert hall while also being penetrated by SM57 in all of your holes in your body, and also being sucked into a wormhole at the same time.
Yeah. This is...
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Live this moment. Just reflect on this picture for a few seconds, and think about what the fuck we just listened to.
That sounds about right. That was a wild noise for sure. Which is the point.
I don't want to hear it again.
No. It's not a fun song, but I think that's almost the point of Noisecore. It seems to be like it's something you listen to one time, and it's supposed to be awful. And I guess I think that's the point. It's kind of like that. There are some Noisecore tracks. I don't know if this is one of them, but what's the name of that movie? The one that's like, oh, hi, Mark. God. The Room.
The Room, yes.
Yes, and that's, to me,
You're my favorite customer.
right. The Room is like a noise. Okay. The Room is to movies is Noisecore is to music. Is that, you can analyze it all you want to, but it's not really that deep, and you just kind of, it's just so bad that it becomes a cult classic. And it's something that is important for sure. It's a good contribution, but in and of itself, it's a bad. So anyway, we're moving on to 9 Awesome Seasons by the Ponytones. I haven't heard anything by the Ponytones in a while. I want to say the Ponytones, is that going to be I Rhyme the Songs? Does he do vocals? Oh, no, Whoopmaster does vocals on this one. I Rhyme the Songs does do vocals, though.
Honestly, I am not familiar with... Oh, wait. Okay, so they've put it in the title. It's a song by The Zombies. Just like, I wasn't familiar with the original, and I was confused what they covered this time. Let me just put it in the description. So yeah, it's a Ponified version of a song by the band The Zombies.
Okay. Kept you waiting. Oh, okay. I got you. And so, alrighty. This is the Ponytones, 9 Awesome Seasons. Let's do to it.
It's the 9 awesome season. When the well runs dry. But don't cry. There's no good reason. Spend your time with head in hands. Here's advice for all you honest fans. Remember everyone, we got 9 awesome seasons of ponies.
I'm so dumb. I thought 9 Awesome Seasons was going to be some crazy equestrian lore that I was unaware of, that maybe like in Equestria there was like summer and then fall and then like fall and a half and like pre-winter. I thought it was going to be some shit like that I wasn't aware of. So yeah, no. And it's so much simpler than that, but I'm just brain poisoned, I guess. Okay. This is a very straightforward bass guitar. The drums are pretty reserved, but still prominent in the mix. And these vocals are fucking solid all the way around. It's just very, very good.
They're a great group of ponies. Amazing, and they'll always be. We will keep them in our hearts to show us how we need to live. They'll be our inspiration well beyond the ending of the show. We got 9 awesome seasons of ponies.
Yes, organ solo, yes. Also, you have to appreciate Whoopmaster's range, where Whoopmaster can go to these very, very high chorus notes, but then also drop into these lower notes in the verses and still retain a lot of presence and power. It's just very impressive stuff there. I've also heard him at BronyCon. He did a thing where he was doing vocals and drums at the same time, and his kind of 80s aesthetic screams where it's still singing, but it's also or melodic, but it's still like a scream at the same time. That kind of shrieky sound that they did a lot in like 80s hair metal type of shit. That sound that he's able to produce is also extremely impressive. Whoopmaster is mostly is probably one of the most impressive vocalists that I know personally. Got to go with a dog BRB in 15 minutes or something. All right, bud. Bye. Okay, we'll see you back. Anyway. It reminds me of the Beatles. Yeah, it's I don't think the band is obviously the band is the Zombies, but the Beatles is I think the aesthetic that they're going for, especially with this this cover art that they have going on. I mean, it's got that Beatles aesthetic, but I'm pretty sure that the point of it is to recall that kind of aesthetic from the Beatles era music, where it's really chill, just kind of like the most early forms of rock and roll, and I love it. They're so good live. If you ever get the chance to see the Ponytones, just kind of pop in and see. They're so awesome. Really, really good shit. So, that was the Ponytones, 9 awesome seasons, the Zombies Ponified. Okay. Ponified songs are always a good thing, always welcome. So, we are checking out Midget Sorrow by Shaft Custody. This is going to be a brand new one, isn't it? What is this? Oh, no. Okay. So, this is, we're off to an interesting start before even the 1 second mark. So let's check this one out, okay? Midget Sorrow.
3, 2, 1, go.
Girl, since you left, I've been fucked up. You're done 'cause you said I'm stuck up. You left me for a dude who's small. He is 4 feet 3 inches tall. He
Okay, this is fucking dumb. It's great.
uses stools to stand and pee. He's not even half the man I can be. He can't reach mail at the mailbox. When he stands up, he can't suck cocks.
Oh no. It's like, okay, so we're doing like scatting, but also sort of extreme vocals at the same time or something. That's awesome.
Put it on Popo. vicious, this is for vicious. I'm on a mission to wipe out these bitches. So bitches all up on my cock. They missing bitches that cut out my socks. Look.
Okay, so it was interesting at first. And yeah, dumb shit with dead serious delivery, my favorite thing to, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. This very overwhelming bass that just came in is not okay.
My dolls, I changed my life. Don't let these short bitches up on my yacht. Greedy as fuck, greedy as hell. Don't give a fuck, bitch, can't you tell? You're short as fuck, just go to hell. This what you get for stealing my girl.
Midgets should be allowed to vote.
It's actually not bad vocally. I think the vocals are actually delivered pretty well, and so it's interesting to see that. Yeah, it's 808 as hell for sure.
Yeah, and I said midgets should take fat cock in the throat.
See, this is good. I like this shit right here.
Yeah, I said midgets to fuck up off my lawn. And I told those midgets I wish they all were gone.
Midgets and dwarves are not human. They do not belong in our society. They should be cast out, mocked, treated like lepers.
You know, a midget fucked my dad. He took his thick, veiny midget cock and he put it inside of my dad's asshole. His manly, hairy.
This is so fucking stupid. This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so good.
Asshole, his non-midget asshole. He violated my dad with his midget cock. I can't fucking believe this. It's a disgrace to society. These fucking midgets. I can't fucking stand them. They should be systematically weeded out of the gene pool, and they should all fucking die.
Midget.
Stupid. That is most definitely the stupidest fucking thing we've ever watched, but it's so worth it. Just dumb as fuck, but funny as hell. Just straight dumb, like, and that's good. Oh shit. Okay, so that was Midget Sorrow. I don't really have any other notes, to be honest with you. I think that everything, all of the bad sounds were artistic choices or something like that. So that was Midget Sorrow by Shaft Custody, I guess. Okay, so we're going to be doing Gutalax Backdoor Boys. Let's check this one out. Let us see what is up with this Gutalax Backdoor Boys featuring Julien Truchan or Truchan. I'm not sure. Benighted. New 2021. Let's go. Yes. New rule. Blast beats and pig squeals both get likes. Okay? That is a new rule. Shit pendables. This is fucking awesome. We're still on the theme of Bass Guitar Appreciation Day, because that's a fucking awesome growly bass guitar right there. Prince Slayer in chat with the $0. Thank you so much, comrade. Your expropriation is appreciated. But no, the bass and guitar sound sick. I think the guitar's got a really fucking great tone. Frog beatboxing, yes. The guitar's got a really good tone to it, and I think the bass guitar just like they just meld together so well. Like man, it's really really great. I really really like the sound of the guitars and shit. The drums are a little bit far behind the mix for my taste. I like the drums to be very very punchy and like right on top and extremely like, you know, unmistakable. But yeah, that's good. That's good. Good. I love metal that just doesn't take itself very seriously. That shit is fucking awesome. The only other time I've ever heard metal like that was just like, you know, basically just trying to be stupid, but like, you know, it's good because it doesn't take itself seriously, has got to be Zavleg, which there we go. That's the only way I know how to do it is just say Zavleg and then you just kind of guess. But they have an EP called Gore, and it's a lot of the same type of shit. Dicks Out for Harambe. Is another one where on this Gore EP where it does a lot of the same stuff. I'm absolutely 100% certain that this is copyrighted though, but they're a South African band and they do a lot of the same shit where it's just all like type of shit. It's really really good. So yes, I'm all about this. This is really really good stuff. I like that quite a bit. And from the Czech Republic, I don't know if we've heard a band from there yet. But Gutalax, the shit pendables. I love it. That's good shit. That is good shit. Okie dokie. The Cold is Coming. The Cold is Coming is the next song. Chegg. Ugh. Okay, The Cold is Coming. The Indecisive. Okay, so The Indecisive, The Cold is Coming. Let's check this out.
We're back.
Hello. We're checking out This Cold is Coming by The Indecisive, and it's got a pretty strong intro.
They asked for some feedback in MMD server. I think it's a melodic death metal band from Finland, as far as I figure out.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. Like this intro is really really good. I like this riff, and then how it just kind of drops in. It's very straightforward. It's, you know, quite powerful. It's good shit. I like that so far. I am gonna go take a whiz really quick, so I'm gonna go to the standby screen. I will be right back. Give me 1 second.
Focus. Okay. Okay, so what did I miss? Oh, nothing. Okay, well, almost. So yes, damn, so my voice does sound too loud on stream. Okay, let me just check it out. Damn Okay. This should be better now. Kinda. Hopefully. Okay. Like, I couldn't hear my own voice on stream because I'm not watching the stream.
Okay. I'm back. What were you saying?
No, I was just checking how does my voice sound on stream.
Oh, I
I
got
think
you.
it's still a little bit too loud, so I reduced the gain in my microphone a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you're not clipping anymore. I had you just like right at the line before. So, anyway, let's just start over. I'm probably going to cut out probably here in about a half an hour because I'm fucking starving. And so I'm going to go get food before I go get the kid from school. Which means we'll be able to get through all of the 2021 songs. And then maybe a couple of...
J.Dom, Gargot, and one random. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. This is going to be The Cold Is Coming, The Indecisive. Let's go. I think the guitar tone is really good. That it's pretty raw. It's quite loud. Maybe a little no. It's pretty cool. It's flat all the way across. It doesn't seem like it's scooped at all. So the guitar tone is pretty neat. I think that the bass guitar is working out pretty well too. The drums sound good. I guess my only major complaint within the first minute is gonna be that the vocals are so far behind the mix. That they're so quiet. Like I almost can't even hear them. It's crazy. Yeah, the backup vocals here, the double-tracked harmonizing in the background seems to be louder than the lead vocals. That was a pretty cool, like, melodic chorus, though, like with the backup vocals and everything. I think compositionally it sounds good. It's got a very powerful riff, and then the tone is good. It's just the vocals are just not standing out here. So that lead guitar was pretty good. It was okay. It had some technical stuff that was pretty neat. You know, like the sweeping and the tapping and shit was pretty cool. I think that on the closer though, it seemed a little aimless. It kind of went, you know, it didn't seem to have a clear way to wrap up, and so it didn't resolve too well. I don't think. That lead guitar, but it was overall it sounded okay. I think that it's interesting though that the lead guitar would be mixed in such a way as to stand out in the mix while the vocals are having such trouble coming out. I think that's interesting. I guess another one of my notes would be like for the bass drum. The bass drum didn't seem to have any midtones at all. It seems like the mid frequencies were cut out too much. So it was either so you kind of heard the soft click.
Котя, завали ебало, пожалуйста. Я на стриме сейчас, блять. Котя. Блять, сука. Jesus Christ, I forgot my microphone was on. Sorry, I'm just yelling at the dog because he's just making noises.
The dog hears, the dog only understands, what, Russian? Belarusian?
Sometimes I think he doesn't understand anything at all except when I'm just yelling. I'm really bad at like, babysitting little dogs or children.
Sikiblat! I don't know. No. So the
Excuse me.
So as I was saying the bass drum sounds like it's scooped out too much, that it's only high frequencies and only like the really high frequencies, like probably above 15,000, and then it's all low end frequencies. I don't think I have heard really any mid frequencies in there, so it's very there is no punch to it. It's all just kind of like a whoop, 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 whoop in the background. So it's not as punchy as I would like to be on the bass drum, and then the vocals just weren't doing it for me. But I think that the guitar tone and the composition overall was pretty good. A very aggressive guitar tone, riff, and I think it was good overall. But there was just a few problems that I had with the mix.
Well, honestly, I don't have that much problems with the mix itself because, like, I would say it's properly mixed, but not properly mastered. Like, you know, when you add mastering to your mixed tracks, it adds some gloss. It adds some polish to your mix. It makes the instrument shine. It makes the balance between instruments slightly different when it's mixed, and it makes some instruments stand out. Others just go to the background, etc., etc. Usually, most of that stuff is done on the mixing stage, but sometimes it works only when you master tracks. Like you have fully mixed composition where all instruments are on their places. They are equally balanced in the mix. Like nothing is overpowering, nothing is leading. Nothing is hiding in the background. It's just plain, everything is on the same level. Like, it's mixed. It's equalized. I don't know how else to explain this. And during the mastering process, you make some instruments stand out a little bit. You add some punch to the drums. You add some, like, clarity to the vocals or to the solo guitar parts or whatever. you make some slight balance changes in order to make the composition feel like an adventure, like make it unbalanced after the mixing stage. Like, if you know what I mean. And so I hear that it kind of lacks the final touch on it. Like, it is mixed solidly, especially the vocals. I feel like the vocals are not hiding in the background, but they are mixed tightly in the, within everything else. Like, the guitars are slightly standing out, and the drums sound way too dry to me. It's like I can hear the natural room reverb on the snare drum and the kick, and it sounds like it's just naked room with naked walls, and I can hear like there is little to no processing on the drums that I could hear. So I think that's under-processed a little bit, and like it's well mixed. It's not polished.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can
That's
see
what I want
that.
to say.
I think that even in a pre-master sense, whenever, like for the most part, I think that it's best to have your vocals kind of high in the mix, and then bring them down with compression to bring. Okay, so you bring the vocals down and the instrumental up into the vocals to make them as clear and to make them stand out as most as possible, because I felt like, especially in these first verses, I felt like the vocals were hiding, especially behind the guitars. The guitars were very loud, I think, compared to the rest of the mix. So it was all equalized, as you were saying, but I think that it is true that maybe a final mix or something like that, a compression or whatever, can kind of bring everything to be a little bit more cohesive, because I think it was lacking the bow at the end.
One more thing I want to say about this mix is that, well, to me, this song sounds like modern melodic death metal from Sweden, like Swedish modern melodic death metal, if you like long ass tags. Even though it's from Finland, as far as I know. I might be mistaken, but when I look at their Facebook page, I think they are from Finland. Whatever. So I think it's pretty natural for melodic death metal style from Scandinavian countries, from especially when you're making something that sounds like classic melodic death metal from, I don't know, early 2000s or maybe very, very late 90s, that the vocals in those songs, on those albums, in music from those artists from Sweden and Finland, the vocals don't stand out that much. And that's another detail I noticed from, like, in American music, that the vocals are always on top of everything, and that pisses me off.
Okay. I mean, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I kind of like it when the vocals are like the main, when they're like the main show, and that the instrumental is just backing it up. And one thing that's cool about, like, especially death metal and stuff, is that they have a tendency to they can do that, but then whenever the vocals go away, it what's the word I'm looking for? That whenever the vocals go away, then the instrumental will come up and kind of take center stage, and that it will do that kind of thing. So that's pretty neat. I mean, I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I just, like, I wanted to point out that might be an artistic choice. Like, maybe it's a flaw, like, of the mix, but to my hearing, I would consider it an artistic choice. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. That they probably made that choice specifically. I was just complaining because, that it's not my particular, that it wouldn't conform to my personal taste.
Yeah. So I checked this one with the e-proofs, and it says that it's copyrighted. I marked it. I'm not entirely sure how or what would it do to your stream, but, like, I don't know.
Holy how does... Oh, okay, it just came out today. I got you. That's why it only has 1,600 views with 2.85 million subscribers. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and skip this one. If it's copyrighted, definitely. The thing that it does is it depends on the copyright. Sometimes it'll put ads on the video, and then the ad revenue goes to whoever holds the copyright. And sometimes it will just mute the audio outright. So that's why I don't like to really take a chance with
monetization will be prohibited or blocked in some countries.
Okay. I am not
That's
going to
what
take
it
that
would
chance.
say.
How many songs do we have on here? Let's do a random one. We have what? About 150?
Yeah, something. 151. Okay. 151 from 17. 17 from 151.
All right. 79 is Gargod. Cool. We can do we can hit two birds with one stone here. Gargod Fecalator. I love metal song titles like that, or bands or whatever. The Fecalator.
It's like the escalator. Or okay, okay, my imagination went ahead of me. That's too late.
I love it. The Fecalator. Pozo de los Deseos.
I just imagine like literal feces on the escalator, you know? Like...
Yeah. Not Fecalator as in like the rising like shit monster or whatever.
This kid looks horrified.
Well, I would personally be horrified as well. So, let's see here.
Yeah, but he does not expect that monster sitting behind him.
Oh, shit. So, what is the... oh, okay. And then we will end it on... so, we'll do this one. Oh, no. And then we will do... Oh, of course, a Slam Worldwide. We'll do.
I can already hear that sound without hearing that sound of their intro. You know?
All right, let us check out this Pozo de los Deseos. I've never seen any of these words before. I know what de los means, but I haven't seen those words before. So it's when you get on. Oh, okay. Magic Pink Horse elucidated in chat. He says that it's when you get diarrhea on the escalator. Fecalator. I love it.
Makes sense.
Alrighty, let's check it out. It's muted. And it's been playing this whole time. Okay.
¿Les digo un secreto? ¿Prometen no contarlo?
Este pozo milagroso es. Si deseas algún bien, se lo podrás pedir. Si el eco le oyes repetir, tu anhelo lograrás.
That's interesting that these guitars are so out of balance. The left guitar is way, way quieter than the right guitar, or maybe it's just EQ'd differently. I'm not sure, but it's very, very out of balance. But it kind of works, you know. It sounds like shit, which I'm sure is the point. Yeah, those vocals most definitely did not take themselves very seriously at all. And then we had the Spanish translation for some kind of, I assume it's some sort of like Disney sample that we're hearing here. But so it's an interesting intro. I have no idea what it's about though. It's pretty cool.
¿Les digo un secreto?
Yes, can I tell you a secret?
¿Prometen no contarlo?
Contarlo. I don't know. Anyway, it's an interesting song. I think it's that we go from the staccato notes into sort of a more like cohesive riff, but it's sort of also kind of doesn't resolve at all. It just kind of does its thing. It seems to just be playing notes. Yeah, it's a Spanish dub sample for sure, 100%. And so, yeah. I do like the sound of the drums, though. They're really dry, but it just kind of goes along with the whole thing. Like I think the whole thing is just kind of is good in its presentation in its entirety. But that's weird. I think that the unbalanced guitars is the weirdest thing, and then the bass guitar sounds good, of course. But yes, that was Fecalator, Pozo de los Deseos. Deseos, I'm pretty sure is how you say that. But yeah, interesting. It was interesting. That's I don't really have much else to say about that one. So we'll take a stab at that one. Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch.
Ecclesiarch? Ecclesiarch? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Maybe Ecclesiarch. I don't know.
I have no
It's
idea.
like sometimes you read arch as arch, sometimes you read it as arc. I don't know.
I don't know. Let us wait. I just typed to Google. I'm so dumb. Okay. Oh wait. I thought there was a way to be able to wait. Text to speech. I want to see what Google thinks. Oh my God, there's no like Google text to speak? What the fuck?
That's Google Translate.
Translate.
You have like you literally have like never mind.
Oh, I have a I see what
Yes.
you're saying.
The Ecclesiarch.
Oh, that's great. I appreciate it, Google. Okay, it's
Just type it out.
Yeah. Lesiarch.
Yeah.
Ecclesiarch. I think you had it correct then.
Ecclesiarch.
Oh,
Ecclesiarch?
what the why? It says Ecclesiarch whenever you hit the pronounce thing.
Ecclesiarch.
But
Ecclesiarch?
yeah, but the name here is Ecclesiarch. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? That's some esoteric shit right there. The ruler of a church. Oh, archaic, of course. Ecclesiarch. I don't know. Okay, we spent enough time on that. Let's check this out. Death Knell official music video from Ecclesiarch. Orc. Oh, it's muted. Okay. Hearing that fucking sound. Okay, so where are they from? Chicago? Yeah. So they're American, because I was just about to say that they do the American style extreme vocals really, really well on the death knell part. But I think that the rest of these, like this kind of kitchen sink style vocals that he's going for, I'm not really sure he's selling that very well. The squeals, like the pig type of squeals, are okay. But yeah, so for the most part, I think that in instances like these, like for me, I would stick to my American style extreme vocals, because I'm kind of in the same boat where I can't really do other styles very well. That's pretty interesting. That I like the ride bell, underlying the slams on this guitar. That's pretty fucking cool. I don't know if I'm just like more cognizant of bass guitars now that I've been just like, listening to metal like every week and listening to new music. But like, I feel like every song we've listened to so far has had like a really prominent bass guitar that just sounds really, really good. Because I really like the way...
I'm slightly confused right now. It's like the bass guitar tone, like with that supple overdrive, sounds like vocals. All of a sudden, because like the vocals are like kitchen sink type, and the bass got the guttural type of tone. So I'm slightly confused, because for a second I thought I was hearing the vocals, and then turns out it's the bass guitar.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying.
The bass is going for that vocal tone, like I don't know if you could hear it, like yeah,
because it does sound the same. I feel like his kitchen sink vocals are very are very, very processed, like super, super highly compressed, so they come out very, very raspy, and it's not clear at all. It sounds okay with the American style, but whenever he goes to the kitchen sink style, it just sounds like kind of white noise, and it doesn't really have a lot of power behind it, I don't think. Then yes, this bass guitar has a lot of the similar tones, but it works for the bass guitar, but I don't think it does necessarily sell the vocals too well. But yeah, this bass guitar sounds really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, Max Scratch. That was delicious. That was so fucking delicious right there. Max Scratch. I don't know if I've ever seen Max Scratch in chat before, but hello. Yeah, that was really... And this break was really good, too. This was... I mean, I don't know. He says slamming deathcore, but I mean, this seems like straight up slam. And slam is just so superior. It's very, very good. It is, we got all the same complaints that I've had before. I don't think these vocals are really sold. It's, that kind of shit doesn't really, it doesn't vibe with me too well. I do like the, that E, the pig squeal type of sound he does it turned out pretty good. And then I think
the vocalist is a bass guitar wannabe. Like, he wants to be the bass guitar itself.
Yeah. Oh, it's only 2 guys. It's
so there's no bass. The vocalist indeed recorded the bass part after all.
He just got up on the mic. It was going beer, 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 beer. He identifies as a bass. There you go.
Bass gender.
I know a lot of people though that instead of actually using a bass guitar, they use like a what's it called? They use a pedal that makes their guitar sound like a bass guitar. I don't think that's what happened here though, because those usually sound like shit. And this sounded pretty good. I liked this. It was good. I think it was neat. Based gender. Nice. I like it. That was pretty cool. Death Knell, Ecclesiarch, I think. I have no idea how to fucking say this, but yeah, that was pretty neat. You have any notes there, Soul Strings?
I said enough about it. It's not my cup of tea.
Alrighty.
Because I don't drink tea. No.
There you go. It is, I think, quite American for sure. In a lot of ways.
Good.
It was okay.
Slam Worldwide brings only the best bangers from America.
Are you sure? It doesn't have other... Slammed Worldwide doesn't do other things? I'm actually not sure now. Now that you mention it, they usually have like city and state, but I don't actually see... I don't know if they have other countries in there. Location, Texas... Oh, there you go. Sydney, Australia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this is, what's it called? I don't know if this is going to be copyrighted or not. But there's one thing I know for sure is that, like, deathcore from Australia is, like, the best. Some of the best deathcore ever is Australian. They're usually very melodic and also extremely aggressive.
Or Make Them Suffer from Australia? I'm not sure.
Make Them Suffer?
Yeah. Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Ever heard of them?
Yes, I have heard of them. I'm pretty sure we listened to a Make Them Suffer song. Pretty sure.
Nope. It's 100% copyrighted.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Anyway, Australian deathcore is the good stuff. That's probably my favorite stuff. Let's see here. It is 2:06. Let's hit up one more. Let's do one more.
Random.
That's a good idea. Random number generator.
17151.
Yeah, the likelihood that we'll get another one. 88. Let's do 88. 88 is Soul Strings Distortion. You win the prize.
Yeah, I love that song. I'm kind of sad that this is already a remastered version, because like this has potential now.
Okay. What? I'm not subscribed to Slightly Amiss. I'm pretty sure I follow Slightly Amiss on the Twitter. Maybe. I don't know. Dash Torsion. That rings a bell. I'm pretty sure I've heard a Dash Torsion song.
That's a collab.
Okay.
Between Slightly Amiss and
Sable.
Acoustic Whole Tone, if I recall correctly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Dash Torsion, 15 years. Let's do it. Oh, slightly amiss in Stealing Shades.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
Is this gonna be a what's it called? My Little Dashie song? I recognize the box and I assume that's the My Little Dashie thing. That's one thing. That's one thing about Brony fandom that I never really understood the hype about. Like My Little Dashie was like huge, like a big fucking deal, and a lot of people were like all about it, and I could never figure out why. It was pretty interesting, but anyway. The vocals, the singing vocals seem to kind of go off key a little bit, especially in the higher notes, and then it sounds like we're not quite on tempo with the screamed vocals. That's just, yeah. And they're also very, very loud compared to everything else. Like, very loud. God damn. And this is already a remake?
Yep, apparently.
Jeez. Damn. I think that this lead guitar, the delayed lead guitar that's kind of ping-ponging in the background, and then this guitar tone is pretty good. I think that, compositionally, that's pretty neat. I like the way that is coming together. Well, the guitar tone is good and everything, but I'm not sure. Is there even a bass guitar? I'm not hearing any bass guitar.
I think it's there.
I'm not hearing it. Because it's like, either it's hidden. I don't know. I'm just not hearing it at all. All I'm hearing is the double-tracked guitar and drums. I don't even know if there's bass guitar playing. No, I hear it.
It's there. I can hear it. Like, it plays some melody.
Yeah, it sounded like it did kind of a walk down, or like a really fast walk down, or a slide.
Yes, it's barely audible.
Yeah, it's just very dry. Or not dry. It sounds like it's just had its legs cut off. It doesn't have any low end, it doesn't sound like. Do you know Prince Whatever? Oh my God, Prince Whatever! Yeah, I mean I know of Prince Whatever, and I've met him a couple of times, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? he's okay. I don't know if you're asking personally. He's okay. Yeah, he's cool personally. Musically, we'll get there.
He's gonna be performing this weekend at Everfree Encore.
There you go. Cool. So, let's see here. This song, I wonder how much of the low end frequencies have been cut off of the guitar. If the bass is this high in the mix, and also just kind of like
drowned.
It's drowning like that. I wonder how tinny the guitars sound without the bass guitar playing. I wonder. I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with the drums, and I think I know it. Like, the only cymbal I'm really hearing is the hi-hat, and it's very far in the background, just kind of like a...
I think it's even, like, not the open hi-hat all the time. Like, at times it's really the open hi-hat, but most of the time it's, like, half open or nearly closed, and it doesn't fit, like, at all.
Right.
Especially during the chorus. It's the chorus. I mean... Come on.
The chorus should be either open crashes, or like an open hi-hat, or at least just
open crashes, like
yeah,
what you mean?
Yeah, it should just be riding the crash. That's how I usually do my choruses. Just
riding the crash. It's
no, seriously though, like
yeah, I get what you mean. But like it just sounds funny. Like you have a ride symbol and you have a crash symbol, and you just ride in the crash.
Yeah. You need to sing together somehow. I think it would be cool. I don't know. I don't do collabs very often because I'm really, really terrible with deadlines, and so I try not to collab too often because I don't, something always comes up or something like that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe. The only time I ever collab with Prince Whatever, it's usually on somebody else's project, like Bug Griffin. I'm spacing on his name. Black Griffin. Burning Griffin. I said Black Griffin. Yeah, Burning Griffin is. I think the last time I collabed with Prince Whatever, and it was on one of his songs. So now we have an open hi-hat.
Yes.
His ride symbol.
Has no velocity whatsoever.
Well, can you blame her? She's finally with her kind.
This is so like night and day. Like the whole intro is kind of like, there's a lot of problems with it, but then we get to this part and it's like this part is extremely well executed on all levels. So I don't know what the problem was. Whenever you try to step, I don't know. Anyway.
But don't forget me, for this will always be your sky. And I will never forget you.
Oh, well.
So don't believe that this is goodbye. Because of you, these past few years have been the best of my life. Now you can fly through the skies and be free. But in my heart you'll always be my little destiny.
Can you link to this song, please? If you're in my Discord server, I could link it there, but yeah.
It's in the submission forum and the pinned messages on the server and 2 channels now, I think, or in the submissions channel.
Okay. So we'll have the fade out. Yes, this sort of softer part here was extremely well executed, and then for some reason, as soon as we bring in the drums and everything else, it completely falls apart. So there is obviously, we know that Slightly Amiss and Stealing Shades and even Sable Symphony have all grown to be like really fucking good. I think that they're all really, really good stuff. Especially Stealing Shades, he He's really I can't remember what the hell his side project is. I guess you could call it a side project. I think Stealing Shades has taken a backseat and he's doing this as his main project. But whatever his second project is like
Lake something? Lake Jones, yes.
Lake Jones, yeah. Lake Jones is really good shit. So yeah, all of these musicians, it's kind of cool to go back to these older songs and see how far people have come. Because, like, anytime I hear a musician, it's just all like, well, they probably sounded that fucking good, like, as soon as they started, right? So it's kind of neat to see the evolution of it, or just, like, look back and see where they were. You know, it gives me hope. You know what I say? You know what I mean? But, yeah, it was okay compositionally, I think. But... yeah, it was good, I think, compositionally. I just think that the execution was a little bit off for most of it. But I think that's really all I have to say about that one.
You know, like, I have a lot of compositions, a lot of songs that sound okay, mixing-wise, but they have great melodies, great riffs, sometimes great lyrics or whatever. And I just... look at the final result and the execution, especially when it comes to older songs that are just from some obscure demo recordings from the 90s or something like that. And then I just think, like, damn, I need to cover that. I need to cover that to make it sound better, to make it sound the way it deserves to sound, you know? So, Eminent Eye? Hello from Russia. Yeah, hello, whatever. I hate being here. But we're stuck! Oh, wait. Microphone? Is your microphone off?
Did myself while you were talking.
Okay.
So, yeah, in Russia, you don't like being in the red, white, and blue?
I hate that. I hate that. I wish I could leave this place, but I can't. I'm a refugee, you know?
Over in, are you able to go anywhere else? Like, you're not able to, you know, travel outside of,
Nope.
Oh.
You know, like, when you need a visa to go to Europe, to European Union, like to any European countries, including Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, France, Spain, Italy, countless of European countries. You cannot go anywhere without a visa, and visa is fucking expensive, so it's impossible for me to move anywhere else, or just to go pay a visit to anyone living in Europe, to any of my European friends. So I'm just stuck here in, ironically, cis countries.
Yeah, I gotcha. I thought Russia was all right. I don't know what's up with, you know, that area or whatever. I've never been even across the pond, but I thought Russia was doing okay.
Trust me, it doesn't.
Ignorance, yeah.
It doesn't.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Imagine like the opposite of America. It does the same amount of damage. It gives the same amount of shit about the citizens. It just does it differently. So it's the other side of the same coin.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, I got you. The horseshoe theory is real. Yeah, Belarus. Yeah, we're familiar with Belarus. I can't read any of this in chat. Auraka.
Сказал, что Wait a second. Я сказал, что в России жить хуёво. Вкратце. Вот так. I think you will understand. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think we're good here. It's almost 2:30 where I'm at, which means I'm going to go eat and then go pick up my kid from school. Because right now I'm fixing to eat this microphone because I'm starving to death.
Yeah. Right.
So we covered probably like 15 songs maybe. I'm not entirely
Yeah,
sure.
or something like that.
But it was
I
good.
will put the timestamps as usual and the links and all that shit later.
Alrighty.
Because
Well,
I also need to have some dinner because I'm also starving.
good deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that you ended up being able to join us. This is so much more fun with a co-host, and so just talking with myself is it's fun and everything, and I would still do it, but it's much more fun with a co-host. So I appreciate that you were able to
I'm here
make it
to
out.
provide a completely different point of view. Just like I am literally on the other side of the world, and I am technically from a different world of music. Like
Right.
I'm less familiar with American music and whatnot, and you're less familiar with European and other country stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
Antipode? Is that a word?
yes, it is.
I've never heard that word before. The direct
That's
opposite of something else.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty neat. But okay. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut it here. So we appreciate y'all joining us. I may or may not stream tomorrow. I want to do a deep dive into this free for all drama. This, like, I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a Freedom FurCon or some crazy shit like that. And there's apparently some spicy people involved with that. So I want to go and just like read as much as I can about that. Because there's mostly all the same shit going on in the world. Last week I talked about ivermectin and COVID and Afghanistan memes, and it's like that seems to be all anybody's talking about in the United States right now, as it seems. So we appreciate y'all joining us, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Bye.